you like, we can start the meeting. Is that okay with you, Jake? Or sorry, Jacob?
What was that, Lauren? Sorry?
I think we've got a quorum now because Tom is now signed in.
You do indeed. Yeah, and I've just pressed record on the video as well.
Okay, we're already starting. Okay, welcome to our meeting, Doug and Tom, and hi, Scott.
Hello.
Okay, in terms of the agenda, first of all, we need a disclosure of any pecuniary interests. I have none. Doug or Tom?
No, Mr. Chair.
Doug? Okay, no presentations at this time. Next is our previous meetings minutes to errors or omissions, and we'll pass them and have a discussion. Any errors or omission? No comment at the time, so I need a mover for the minutes. Doug or Tom?
That will be me, Mr. Chair. Tom.
Thank you. Thank you, Tom. All those in favor? I'm in favor. Tom, you passed. Doug? Are you in favor, Doug? I don't have the video. I can't see your images, so I can't tell if you raise your hand or whatever. So, Doug, I need a response from you. Oh, there's a hand. Thank you. Doug, can I? Oh, good. Thank you. Okay, we have enough hands. That's passed unanimously. Now, discussion of the minutes. In particular, we asked that that a letter be written to the CRTC and our MP and MPPs for Haldeman, Norfolk in the minutes. That was a motion we put forward. Jacob, do you know if that letter has been sent?
I believe that it has.
Okay. Anything else in the minutes we want to discuss? Okay, seeing none, we'll move on. In terms of no communications, I believe, discussion item is the in page 7 of your package in terms of the update on the broadband internet project that Haldeman's doing. I don't know if you imagine you have a chance to read it. One of the things I find interesting about it, they got into finalize and execute a project agreement with Quick Internet. So they sent out submissions to everybody. I'm not sure what the project was, or that's going to be the sort of the go-to company in Haldeman for internet for any needs by the county. I don't quite understand that. Can anybody help me out with that?
I'm not sure who they're using for internet in the county. Actually, I'm pretty sure they've switched to a different company, and I don't think it's Quick. I think they use Metro Loop for everything.
Okay. I'll read to you what it says in the package. It says on June, okay, back when, way back when, they decide there's certain priorities in their county, just like our county was, that broadband is a priority. And then they went to December 2019 to April 20th, 2020. They got a third-party technical consultant to draft a statement of work, project agreement, and negotiate a request for proposals, objectives, etc. And eventually, I guess they evaluated any submissions, and then finally, in June 2020, Council advises staff to finalize and execute the project agreement with Quick and negotiate a request for proposals to be presented to Council. Does anyone know what they're actually doing over there? To me, it's like they're saying this is the internet service provider we can go to. So
that's what it sounds like.
Now, in our county, Norfolk County, we really didn't do that, did we? We went and worked with some projects. We had ExecuLink and Quick.
Yeah, for there's a few different ones that I'm aware of, anyways. And I think that ExecuLink was one of them. I think Quick did a separate one, and then now Rogers will be the Swift one or whatever that's out near Waterford or whatever, right?
Right. Yeah. So we've done project. Now the interesting I found about what Haldeman has, it seems to have a summary, and they posted on their website. I sort of dug around ours. I didn't see that. Does the committee feel that we have any need to sort of summarize for the general public what we've done in terms of working with the internet service providers in the county?
Yeah, I think so. Sorry about my audio earlier. Can you hear me now, Lauren?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Yeah, I think anything that we can provide to the public, to the residents, would be valuable. Something just very summarizing exactly what's happening, because I think everybody thinks it's a little bit of a pipe dream right now.
Okay. Maybe we could draft that into some type of motion that I hate to put more work on the IT department at this stage because their director is ill. So, but something to think about, that we could come up with a summary and possibly post that on, have it posted on the website after maybe the committee looks at it, that we need a summary of what's gone on in the last 2 or 3 years. Okay.
Yeah, if you want to put something to, if you guys want to word it however you'd like to word it, and then I can look at it, and if I have any questions, I'm still in touch with Brent. So.
Okay. Doug or Tom, do you want to put forth something in that nature? That the IT department comes up with a summary what we've done in what the county has done in the last few years in terms of broadband initiatives in Norfolk County.
Yeah, I'd be open to putting something together like that. I guess you know, to ask the IT department to summarize what our broadband initiatives have been over the last 2 to 3 years, the successes, but also the plans that are currently being undertaken by ISPs, and whether some of those are, I guess we would, as much detail as possible to say which areas geographically, and number of residents that are affected.
Okay, that sounds good. And we could also provide a link to the SWIFT map that's quite interesting. If it's interactive, you can see what areas have been completed and what ones are going on right now. So Jacob, could you wordsmith that motion for us, please?
Yeah, and Mr. Chair, if I would maybe suggest, in addition to Doug's motion, maybe we could add, as part of that review of past county contacts and policies, that we include cell phone service.
Okay. Are you okay with that, Doug, as a friendly amendment?
Yeah, I have no problem with that. I think
Okay.
It's all kind of telecommunications, so it makes sense.
Jake, can I ask you to sort of wordsmith that and read it back to us if possible? Is that?
Yes. Thus far, I've got motion by Doug to request that the Norfolk County IT Department summarize broadband initiatives and the plans being undertaken by ISPs to be posted on the Norfolk County website. A map for SWIFT will also be provided. This will also include cellular telephone service.
Okay. Okay, is the committee in favor of that? Tom, yes?
Yes.
Doug?
Yes.
Lauren, chair, yes? Okay, that's passed. I guess at this stage, since we have a short agenda, Scott, could you give us an update on what's going on in the IT department?
As far as like public internet, or what do you mean as far as just the IT department in general?
You know, in terms of what's going on in terms of improving the broadband, like in terms of Turkey Point project and well, I guess I know Long Point's on hold because of the waiting for the road construction, but Boston, that area by Rogers.
Yeah, I don't have an update. I can't give you an update on that just because Brent's been off, and Brent is the one who gets all the updates on that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So I haven't been in touch with him enough to. He's unfortunately just back from the hospital not too long ago, and I didn't want to bother him too much with stuff.
Yeah, I can see that.
So I can't even give you an accurate update besides just what I know from driving through the area and stuff like that too, right?
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Thank you.
I'm sorry, Mr. Chair, if I can just interject here for a bit. For whatever reason, my video is not working, but
Either.
I'm not sure, unless there's information that I have not been privy to. I'm not sure we can really say that the Long Point Swift project has been delayed due to the causeway construction. I'm still waiting on myself personally as a member of the Swift board on an update as to how that's going to be timetabled. It has been my understanding that they would start with laying the fiber cable in Long Point to the residents first, and then go out on the causeway. So it's not my information that there's going to be any delay in the Long Point project as a result of causeway construction.
Okay, thank you, Tom. Thank you, Councilor Michele. Yeah, I see what you're seeing now. That makes sense. Them doing all the work at the Long Point. Also, there's a big long trench just before you come to the actual causeway that's by University of Guelph that's doing the native dig. So there's going to be trenches there already.
Yes, and that archaeological study is, I'm told, if not recently complete, will be complete very soon.
Okay, that's great. Okay, if we can move along, and then the other thing I forgot to add, we had a late email about the maps, the Swift projects. Jacob, can you bring that up? What was sent to us? If we can share the screen, if possible.
Yeah, sure. I'm just having a little bit of trouble getting it uploaded here. I thought it already has.
Okay,
I can share my screen if you want. Would you prefer? I can share my screen if you like.
if possible. Is that okay, Jacob?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. That's you, right, Scott?
Yep.
Okay, perfect.
I got to admit, I'm a bit of a Zoomer, not a Microsoft Teams, so I feel inadequate.
Can you see that okay?
Yeah, that's great. Yes, we can see it. Yeah. So this just came through. It does mention Turkey Point, how many premises that are taken care of in terms of Turkey Point, 905, how much fiber was laid. And same thing with Long Point. There's going to be 926 premises. Wow, I didn't realize there's that many buildings over there. And look at the Wilsonville to Bloomsburg, over 2,000, which is great. Now, in terms of, can you slide it down? You'll see the actual different layouts that were screen snapped. That's the Turkey Point.
Yep.
And obviously the Long Point one. Notice the blue there, if you can slow up a little bit. The red is the proposed or the current construction by ExecuLink, and the blue is the one that was done before when it was when they ran the fiber from Delhi down through Langton to Fort Rowan. That was the ExecuLink and Quick and the Norfolk County joint project. So that's what the blue is in that area. And if you can slide down to the last one. Now, the other thing, so there's the Wilsonville and Bloomsburg. Now, is there a chance, Scott, you can actually run the link that was up higher so we can actually see the interactive screen?
This link?
Yes, please, if possible.
It's going to go onto my other screen. 1 second. I'll drag it over.
Thank you.
Oh, it says the item does not exist or is inaccessible.
Okay. Anyways, if you have time, committee members, it's quite interesting because it actually shows the layout of a lot of the areas in Norfolk which have a proper broadband already. It's in blue. It proposes.
Trying it again.
Now,
Oh, here we go.
question. Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Just in terms of number of premises passed, I don't know whether anybody here knows what that really means. That are there additional, I mean, premises passed? I know that down a driveway or down a little county line sometimes is considered premises passed, but not necessarily, you know, I guess, are there further charges other than just monthly ISP that is still required to get those guys service?
I think that'd be quite interesting, because in terms of some of the places out in the country, that was like a trunk line going by their place, and they maybe they're too far back to actually.
Well, I hear that all the time from a number of my friends from different areas that, hey, there's a fiber line 100 meters away from me, but I still don't have service because they charge me $1,500 or $2,000.
Yeah.
So I wonder whether that's a premise that's passed but not serviced.
Okay, we'll have to look into that. What
Yeah,
that means for the
Mr.
next.
Chair, I'm going to suggest that is not the case. I get numerous phone calls and emails from people, and I actually go and visit some of these sites, and what they usually are referring to is that they are just outside of the line that's laid, and I mean, I feel, you know, everybody goes through this. You know, they are in some cases they're 100 meters from the connection, but they are not considered to be a premise passed. They are just outside of the project area.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we can get back to the Barry Field from Swift and see what his comments are on the premises passed versus premises served. In terms of this is an interactive map. It's quite interesting. The blue is not eligible for SWIFT funding, and the red is the SWIFT funded project. Now, my assumption on this map was that the blue shows existing fiber. I don't know if I'm correct on that. Any comments on that?
Well, Mr. Chair, it is my understanding that the blue is the existing fiber. I'm going to use just because I happen to be closer to that scene, Port Rowan. Port Rowan has had fiber through Execulink for, I think, now 3 years, if not longer. And you can see on that map that that's clearly the case. The Swift Execulink project is covering all of Long Point and that area to the west of Port Rowan, which you can look. That is an area that is in the range of what is known as the Dedrick Side Road. Mm-hmm. So it is my definite understanding that the blue areas are fiber that's already in place.
Okay, that looks pretty good actually, except if you're out in the area without it. So, any other comments about the interactive map? What's going on?
No, I think it would be interesting from a resident standpoint if they to understand if we're getting those citizen or the resident complaints from an area that is served by the blue. Mm-hmm. It would be interesting to see. I don't think we have that information, but
I would guess.
Well,
I'm just going to throw a comment, but like I know some of this area in Simcoe here, I'm just trying to zoom. The map's not really clear, but some of this, wherever Shoppers is over here, back here, like has no fiber. So I know that this might be one of the things where they pass by it, but they don't offer the service type of thing.
Okay. So for the next meeting, we should really get into what this pass by premises is versus actually served, or the possibility of serving it. So
yeah, it would be interesting to see, because I'm sure like 24 Highway probably has fiber already running all the way down it, but it doesn't show. I would guess, it's like a major corridor, you would think.
Right. Yeah, if I can just interject on that one, 24 Highway, Mr. Chair, just because I live there, the fiber stops at the just west of the Turkey Point Road.
Oh, down here, over here somewhere.
Yes.
further down.
But in any event, regarding the premises past question, again, I'm certainly not a engineer or technician in that regard, but I do have a SWIFT board meeting coming up in the next couple of weeks. I would be happy to ask Mr. Field some of these questions in person to see what his response is regarding the premises past question.
Okay, we really appreciate that. Thanks, Councilor Michelle. Okay, and further comments about the map? Go ahead. Okay. Okay, thanks, Scott, for that.
No problem.
Okay, moving along, I don't think any action items or what Tom's going to do with the questions for Swift. Other business? Any business you want to bring up? Okay, seeing none, I guess we can conclude. The next meeting will be October 22nd. Jacob, do you know the status? Is most of these meetings going to be virtual for the rest of quite a bit of time because of COVID?
At this point, there's been no change or requested change in the way things are going to go. I think it's very fluid regarding kind of the whole COVID situation. And so, yes, I would basically say at this point in time, I would plan on having a digital meeting and meetings for the foreseeable future.
Okay, we'll keep that in mind. Thanks. Is the 22nd all right with everybody so far in terms of having the meeting? Okay. All right. Seeing no further items or discussion, I look for a mover to adjourn the meeting.
I would do that, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you, Councilor Michelle. All those in favor? It's carried. Thank you, everybody, for coming.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Good night, all. Bye.
Bye. Okay, go. Okay, how do we get out? Let's close it off, I guess. Tom, you still there?